but I can build it up if I need to. So let's start, well, I was going to say let's start small, but I know some of you might be thinking, well, that's not starting small. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel, which is all about beauty and skin and makeup and tutorials and solving your beauty dilemmas. Now today's video is about how to create a barely there makeup look. It's really easy, so let's jump straight into the video. But before we do, if you do like this video, then please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. You can also catch me on Instagram, where you can follow my stories for some daily beauty news, some PR unboxing, and also just get to see what I get up to when I'm not filming. Now let's jump straight into the video. So with barely there makeup, it has to look like it's barely there. Now, as a makeup artist, I'm sure if there are any makeup artists watching this right now, you will know that sometimes the most natural looks can also take a little bit longer than you would actually think. So I don't have anything on my skin right now. I'm gonna go in with my moisturizer. I'm using the Medina Dew moisturizer by Wind because I'm currently loving the entire skincare range. So I'm gonna start with that. I'm just pressing it into my skin. I don't really like rubbing anything in, like, you know, like even my moisturizer, I really do like just pressing it in. And plus I just feel like I need to give myself a little bit of a, not massage, but you know, just, well, yeah, massage. Honestly, this feels so good. But I'm not gonna lie, it would feel even better if it was someone else doing it. I have had the most crazy week. It's been non-stop, back-to-back clients, and I just feel like I need a bit of a break. I've got a little bit of redness today, as you can probably tell. Quite a bit of redness actually. I'm very dehydrated and I feel like I need to just clean up my whole diet because I've just been ridiculous for this last month. Now I'm going to move in with my eye cream. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Cryo Recovery Eye Serum. This stuff is amazing. Honestly, I appreciate it more on days like today where I'm super tired. My skin is just really feeling it. You know, I had a really late night, not had much sleep. So this cool tip is feeling especially good. So I just kind of like press in whatever's left. Not press in, I just kind of like smooth it around the eye contour upwards. Always go outwards and upwards. Using the Sarah Chapman Skin Assist Skin Insurance SPF 50, nothing less for my skin. And I'm just kind of like also pressing this in. I am smoothing this over a bit because I need to make sure it really does get everywhere. Okay, before I get started with the makeup, I'm going to apply some gloss to my lips because they're feeling super dry. I'm using the Milk Makeup Electric Glossy Lip Plumper. This shade is Buzzed and it's just a really nice natural shade. Slight kind of rosy tint to it, but nothing too bright, which is why I love it. Now this is just going to stay on my lips, help to just plump them up a little bit. But also another reason I love it is it's a gloss, but it doesn't actually feel, it feels more like a balm, and it has this minty finish to it, so it is quite refreshing. But I like it because it's something that I can wear instead of lipstick, so it is still hydrating, gives a tiny, the smallest amount of like tint to the lips, but it's just enough for that kind of barely there look. Now, because this is a barely there look, we want to make sure I don't look like I'm wearing like, oh my God, your makeup looks really good. You know, it should just look very barely there. So I'm going to use my foundation. I'm using the Dual Face and Body foundation in 4WO, which is, what that means is for warm olive, so it has like an olive undertone to it. Now you're going to be pretty surprised, but I'm actually going to use a foundation brush for this. I haven't used a foundation brush in ages, but thinking about it, I feel like I don't really want to use my sponge because most of the product's going to be absorbed by the sponge. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, why do you use a sponge usually? Well, the usual foundation that I would use is a lot thicker, a lot heavier, and it doesn't necessarily all get soaked up by the sponge, whereas this is a very fluid foundation, so it's just going to disappear into the sponge. And I feel like I just want to really kind of almost paint on that tint. I want like a really nice skin tint. Now, I know that this is a kind of medium to full coverage foundation, but I personally don't think it actually, well, I don't see it as a medium or full cover foundation because there are medium and full cover foundations that I have and the consistency is not like this. I know that this is buildable, so you can make it a medium to full coverage foundation. But what I love about it is that you can just use one layer it kind of gives you that really nice tint to the skin. So now that we've got our skincare on and we've kind of prepped the skin, we've got my SPF on. Now I am gonna put on a little bit of primer before I head in with my foundation. And this is the Smashbox primer. Now all I'm doing is just applying this on my cheek areas because I know that my pores are gonna be super visible because I'm so dehydrated, haven't had enough sleep, and just the whole past like 10 days is kind of showing up on my face, to be honest. Now let's head in with our foundation. Now I'm gonna start from the forehead and I'm just gonna kind of like work my way out. I want a really thin layer of foundation, so I'm not actually applying a lot. Now I'm just gonna work my way upwards and outwards. So I'm starting from the center of the face and just kind of taking it out, because most of the coverage or tint that we're looking for is kind of like in the center area. It doesn't mean we leave out the perimeter of the face, but it does mean that you don't have to focus so much on that area. And honestly, I really just want to make this easy for you guys so that it's, you know, I'm not going into I'm not making it too, it's not a technical look, you know? So I just wanted to make this super easy for you guys because honestly, I think a lot of people would prefer this type of look, although this is good for me sometimes, but I'll be honest, I like makeup. I love a full face. You can already see, I can still see my skin. I can still see, you know, the imperfections, the flaws, which I'm fine with, but I do feel like I'm a bit more comfortable now in my skin because it has that nice kind of even tone to it now, because I had a lot of redness going on. Now I am taking this on the under eye area. I'm not gonna take this on my eyelids because it's quite a fluid foundation and I feel like it's gonna very easily crease, so I'm just going to leave that area for the concealer. Now I'm going to use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Ginger, and I'm just going to apply a very small amount. I'm going to do this eye first, and I'm using my Hourglass concealer brush. Now I just want to kind of brighten the area. It's not about getting full coverage, but it is about there's a lot of darkness around my eyes. I'm looking very tired, so I just want to brighten it up and even the skin tone more than anything. There, look at the difference. It looks so much brighter. I mean, that's just my eyelid. Can you imagine? I mean, I would love to just wake up like that. So that it's just even everywhere. Okay, doing the next eye again. It's not too much concealer because I feel like for this type of look, a little goes a long way. So I'm going to do the under eye area. Now I have quite a lot of darkness here, so you know I really do need probably a little bit more than the eyelid, but I can build it up if I need to. So let's start, well I was going to say let's start small, but I know some of you might be thinking, well that's not starting small. Same thing, I'm going to go in with my Hourglass concealer brush. I'm going to start just buffing this in with the brush. Whatever's left on this brush, I'm just going to take it here because I don't want to add more concealer, just wherever I feel that I can buff in the extra concealer. So don't think you always have to kind of go into all the places that you need it with the concealer, like with a dab. You can just use whatever's left on the brush. Really, this technique is about buffing the colour into your skin so that your skin still looks like skin. Now, okay, I know I still look tired. I can still see some darkness, but if I cover them up completely, then I've just basically gone for a full makeup look. So the whole point of this is barely there makeup. It isn't about looking perfected. It's about looking like you have barely there makeup on. So it's like, you don't want it to look like, okay, she's really covered those dark circles up well, or I can see that she's wearing concealer blatantly because she didn't wake up like that. It is more or less just having that barely there look so that you still feel like you're comfortable with going out, or you still have a little bit of makeup. You know you may not necessarily look your best, but you're still okay with it. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure there are no creases on my lids because I didn't set this. Now I'm going in with my Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder, just a small amount. I'm just gonna press this on my lids to just kind of like keep that in place. This is a really nice light powder. It's super fine, so I feel like it isn't thick enough, or you know, like not as much as the Laura Mercier anyway, for it to kind of give a super matte finish. I feel like it just does what it needs to do. Same thing here. Let's make sure there are no creases and then press this in. Now all I'm doing is just applying the powder, dusting it over certain areas, going around my brows because I don't like shiny brows, and just around like these areas here. Now we're going to go on to the brows. I'm using my Huda Beauty Bomb Brows in number 4, which is light brown. So it's not too dark. And the reason being is because I don't want it to look like I have super kind of shaded in brows. Although to be fair, I feel like it's going to look like that anyway because my hair is a lot lighter and my brows are dark, my natural color. So I'm going to just shape them a little bit. I just want them to look, I don't want them to look so sparse, but equally I'm not really fussed about them looking perfect either. So all I'm doing is just drawing in some hairs, especially on the areas that I know it's a little bit sparse. So it's not everywhere, but it's also on the areas where I feel like I need to balance my brows out a little bit. Like I know I need to apply a little bit down here. You know, I don't want to draw it all the way along. Okay, you can see how we've kind of shaded it in, but created the shape at the same time. I'm going to do the same on the other side. You can really see the difference there. And then I think I'm going to go over with a lighter gel just to lighten my brows. I usually do that when my hair's lighter, so I'll show you how that's done after I finish my other brow. I'm using my Makeup Forever Brow Fixer in Soft Blonde. I'm just gonna run this over my hairs and you'll see how this just balances my brows out a little bit and just stops it from looking super dark. It basically makes my actual hair match the pencil color that I've used. Now I'm gonna use the Nude Sticks Lengthening Mascara. I'm not gonna keep running this through my lashes. I honestly just want a very natural finish. Like I don't want super long lashes, I just want it to enhance my lashes a little. Okay, just a little on the lower lashes. Honestly, it's just touching the lashes a little. It's not like really taking it through the lashes. Right, now I'm gonna use the Benefit Benettin. I haven't used this in ages, but I think it's gonna be perfect for this type of look. I'm honestly just gonna blend this in with my finger. So I'm just gonna add a little here. Because we've added no powder here, remember? So we can quite easily blend this into the skin over the foundation to give a slightly more, just add some color to the cheeks. We're gonna finish off with just a little bit of lip liner. I'm using the Bow and Arrow lip liner from Kat Von D. Honestly, this is the smallest amount and I feel like I really have to line my lips because I don't like them without any liner, but I'm just gonna do it very, very lightly. Now you can see I'm not drawing it, I'm feathering it in. It gives you a much more natural finish. And you can see we've still got that residue we've still got the gloss on. So I don't need to apply more gloss because I like this it's kind of settled down a little bit. It's not overly glossy, but it still looks hydrated. Now what I like to do once I've done that is just go over, just with my finger to smudge it in so it doesn't look so overly done. I'm using my Marc Jacobs Accomplice Concealer in Tan 46 and also my 234 brush from Zoeva. I've put a small amount on the brush and I've taken the excess off on the back of my hand. Now the reason I'm doing this is because, well, a nose contour basically, is because there are certain things that we all really like to do. So even though we're going for this barely there look, we still want maybe our nose to look a little bit thinner. Maybe you still want to look like you have some kind of more defined cheekbones, not overly though, because then it wouldn't be barely there. But I just want to show you what you can do to still kind of do those things, but without it looking in your face. So I'm just gonna put a very small amount. I'm just blending it with my finger because I honestly don't want it to look too harsh. So I think what I'm gonna do is do the same, but for the cheekbones, just a little bit because there's literally nothing going on there. And I know this is a small brush, but honestly it's fine. Just for applying it. And then I'm just buffing it in with my fingers. That is my finished barely there makeup look. Now it really is up to you where you could wear this look. I'm not going to tell you this is a barely there makeup look for this type of event or day outing that you may have. It really honestly is down to you. Wear it wherever you want to wear it. Maybe this works for you because you don't feel comfortable with like nothing on your face, and maybe you just want a low-key look that you could wear if you're running errands and you don't necessarily want to put a full face on. I personally think each to their own, up to you, and I think you should do what makes you feel happy and confident. So hopefully this look has helped you, and you've seen how the one thing I hope you really did pick up throughout is that using your fingers is fine, you know, especially for a look where you want the makeup to kind of sink into the skin and you still want that skin to come through and it to look like your real skin, but just a little bit kind of perfected. Using your fingers really helps to kind of like press it into the skin, the warmth as well of your fingers. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't always feel like you have to use tools or brushes. So I hope you have enjoyed watching me create this barely there makeup look, and I hope this helps you in creating your own barely there makeup look. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that barely there makeup look. All of the products are listed in the description box below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below as well. Now, as always, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you soon.